Great Pyrenees versus black bears. What actually happens? Most people think if a black bear comes onto a goat farm, it's a fight. It's not. A black bear doesn't show up looking for combat. It shows up looking for calories. And a Great Pyrenees doesn't exist to overpower a bear. It exists to make the bear decide it isn't worth it. That difference changes everything. Before you compare anything, you need to understand the predator. Black bears are not wolves. They're not coyotes. They are not territorial in the same way. They are opportunistic. Their primary motivation, calories with minimal risk. They eat berries, grubs, crops, feed, carcasses, occasional livestock. They don't want injuries. A broken paw means death. A torn muscle means starvation, so they calculate. And that's where the Pyrenees comes in. When a black bear approaches a pasture, it doesn't look at goats first. It scans scent, noise, movement, dog presence. If it smells feed, it investigates. If it hears nothing, it moves closer. If it hears one loud bark repeatedly from far away, it pauses. Black bears are curious, but they are cautious. The moment a Pyrenees barks from inside the herd, something shifts. Because the bark doesn't say, "I'm scared." It says, "I already saw you." A Great Pyrenees does not charge a bear immediately. It stands tall, projects voice, moves forward slowly, holds eye contact, controls space. This is pressure, not panic. The Pyrenees, thick coat, size, and deep bark amplify its presence. Even if the dog weighs 110 pounds and the bear weighs 250 pounds, it's not about size. It's about perceived cost. Black bears test edges. They approach slowly. They circle downwind. They watch herd movement. If goats scatter wildly, confidence rises. If goats cluster calmly around the dog, confidence drops. Here's what most people don't realize. The herd reaction influences the bear. If goats stay tight, the bear sees structure. If goats explode outward, the bear sees opportunity. That's why a calm Pyrenees is critical. A frantic dog creates chaos. Chaos lowers perceived costs. Black bears move heavily at dusk and night. This is when structure matters most. If goats are sleeping loosely near woods, risk rises. If goats are clustered near center paddock with Pyrenees embedded among them, risk drops significantly. A bear doesn't want to enter compressed movement with the loud guardian. It wants the edge goat. If the Pyrenees controls edges early, the bear often leaves without contact. There are times when food drive overrides caution, drought, scarcity, and young male bears testing territory. In those cases, the Pyrenees escalates, moves closer, low growl, increased vocal depth, controlled advance. But even then, the goal isn't to fight. It's to make the bear decide this costs too much energy, and most of the time, that works. Pyrenees alone cannot compensate for poor structure. If feed is left out overnight, garbage isn't secured, fencing is weak, goats are too spread out, there's only one immature dog, then bear confidence rises. A bear that finds feed repeatedly will return. Once pattern is learned, risk increases. Predator proofing is layered. Dog plus structure plus discipline. One mature Pyrenees can deter most black bear approaches. Two dramatically changes psychology. With two dogs, one holds herd, one flanks perimeter. Vocal pressure increases. Bear feels surrounded. Black bears avoid encirclement. They prefer escape routes. Two guardians reduces comfort. Could a Pyrenees defeat a black bear in a fight? That's the wrong question. The goal is not combat. The goal is prevention. A Pyrenees' strength is deterrence, deep bark, thick coat, fearless posture, and consistency. Consistency is what drives bears away, not aggression. If you live in black bear territory, you must secure feed nightly, use electric fencing, clear brush near fence lines, keep goats tight at night, ensure dog maturity. A dog alone is not a system, it's part of one. If the system is strong, bear visits become rare. If the system is weak, bear testing increases. Black bears are highly intelligent. If they experience electric shock, loud, confident dog, tight herd compression, and no accessible food, they shift territory. They do not seek conflict, they seek efficiency. Make your farm inefficient. That's the strategy. Great Pyrenees versus black bear isn't about strength, it's about deterrence. A bear that feels watched leaves. A bear that feels challenged leaves. A bear that feels chaos might test further. The Pyrenees' job is not to overpower, it's to project cost. And when cost outweighs calories, the bear turns around. That's what protection looks like, not violence, prevention. If you enjoyed this video or if you learned something new, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you so much for watching.